Rage here from SageNtheRage, and we're going to be doing a heroic Kil'Jaeden step by step. Step 1, pre-pot. Don't be a lazy guy. You know, use your old war, use your prolonged power, whatever you think is best for you, sims and all. But pre-pot, obviously. As we start out the fight, we're going to jump in with Metamorphosis and Chaos Blades. As you can see on the screen, I just activated both. That is because we want to open as hard as possible. It will be back up later. First Armageddon. Ignore the first Armageddon. You are in full burst DPS mode. Let the other range take care of it. Now, if no one's in it and you see it, obviously dash to it and get back to the fight. When we get into the ad phase, where we've got the shadow reflections coming out of people, be sure to save your Fury of the Illidari and have an I-beam ready to go so you can burst them down as fast as humanly possible. After that, we're just going to continue to DPS and whittle down Kil'Jaeden's health here, as you can see in the video. One thing I will say, though, about skipping that first Armageddon phase is that if you have enough DPS, you can get him to go to air phase without a second Armageddon. So that's why classes like Demon Hunter and some of those others that have to like stay on the boss that are melee to hit him need to do it. Now right here you see me going for an Armageddon. I want to soak the very first Armageddon because I haven't soaked yet and I made other teammates do it. So we need to do that. After we soak, you know, we have the Armageddon debuff, don't get too close to singularities, and now we want to soak Dread Flames. We're an extremely mobile class. You saw me just there, getting right in front. On Heroic, you want to be 5 yards away from everybody else, but you still want to be able to soak. In Demon Hunters, we can run around and make sure that we're always in the blast beam to help soak that damage so it doesn't one-shot one of our raiders. So we soaked our Armageddon, we've soaked both the focused Dread Flames, Singularity, the second one's going to land. We're all going to get knocked back into the middle, bursting Dread Flame's going to come up. If you get it, get out of there. Make sure the center is clear, Kil'Jaeden lands. Now it's time to pop our second potion. Chaos Blade should be back up. If you're using Delusions of Grandeur, you should have a 2-minute cooldown on your meta. I am not using Delusions, but both those should be back up, or at least Chaos Blades for this you know, hero section. So you can see I've got Shadow Reflection on me. It's always important to stay there right next to the boss. Use your Fury of the Illidari again. Use your I-beam. Nuke these ads down. They're very deadly, very dangerous. On the Dread Flames, during this phase, I just try to get out of the way because whoever has it is going to stand still and everybody else is going to spread out. And there's a lot of range behind the boss already. There's no need for us to get in there and ruin that 5-yard radius and make the blast even bigger and kill people. So melee usually gets out. If you can, you're going to see me kind of stop DPS here. I don't have an Armageddon debuff, so I'm looking to soak another one. I see all of my raid players have it soaked already, so I'm going to go back to DPS. But that's a point where you should look for another Armageddon. Now we have the tank ad spawn out on the field. You need to focus this. If you are DPSing Kil'Jaeden while the tank ad is up, you're doing it wrong. Look how fast we nuke that guy down and then get right back to it. So we've got another focused Dread Flame. I'm just going to get out of the way, let 4 or 5 players take it. As a Demon Hunter, we can get away with kind of ignoring singularities because we can always fell rush back when bad stuff happens, or even if we're knocked off, we can fell rush back on the platform. So that's not bad. And from here, we're going to come up on the chaotic moment that defines this fight. I usually try to save my Metamorphosis and my Chaos Blades. I hold them a little bit instead of using them just to, top the meter or get a good parse. I want meta and Chaos Blades up together for this next set of ads that are going to spawn out of 3 of us. Because they've got to die. Because usually it's going to overlap by quite a bit. You're going to get an Armageddon, a focused Dread Flame, and the ads. So other people are going to be running places. You need to be able to do as much damage as possible. You maybe need to run other places. So the priority system on this overlap is, if you have the ad coming out of you, get on the boss, stay on the boss. If you don't have an ad coming out of you, soak Armageddon. If you don't have an Armageddon to soak, and you don't have to be by the boss, then you need to help with the focused Dread Flames. It's a nasty overlap. It can happen. So there's that. We're going to be going into darkness phase here. Demon Hunters, you could use Spectral Sight here. We just let our Hunter find it. We all stay in the middle, let our Hunter track humanoids, and then we get out of the way so there's nothing blocking his vision on his minimap. He pings where it is, the rest of us dive to the location, and then from here it's just get the buff that'll let you see these monsters, kill them down, go back, get rebuffed, as you can see me doing here. And then just keep killing them down. Don't be bad. That's this whole phase. Don't be bad. So we'll let it just kind of ride out here as we finish this phase. Now we're back on Kil'Jaeden. Darkness of 1,000 Souls. You want to group up. Your healers should be popping healing cooldowns. You can pop defenses. I don't there and don't take that much damage. I don't. Demon Hunters take less magic damage. Maybe that's it. So now we're in phase 3. And so we're going to have these flame orbs that are going to happen in this phase. Unless you are the person assigned to deal with the flame orbs, you need to get the hell away from the orange circle on the ground. You'll see it on the screen right there. We assigned our Hunter to take care of this. He just gets it. He uses, man, I can't remember the name of the Hunter move. I don't play a Hunter. But the disengage, shoots himself back, drops it, and we're good. If we as melee get that, we need to fell rush to the green circle area to have it vacuumed up off the stage. Otherwise, you're just kind of repeating stuff from phase 1. Get away from the flame orb. Watch where the obelisks land. See, the obelisks are on the screen right now. And they're going to shoot a 4-way beam out of them. And so you don't want to be directly on any side, front or back of an obelisk. See, now right there, I almost died because I was tunneling the boss and I wasn't paying attention to the obelisk. I won't make that mistake again, hopefully, as we get going here. But really watch for obelisk. Flame orbs are there. The other thing I'll say is if you're paying attention to the raid frames over on the side, people are dying. And it's bad. Right here, try to set yourself up to use Vengeful Retreat to get into the safe zone from the Darkness of 1,000 Souls. Fell rush back. Continue on. If you're like me and you're not a mythic, huge, heroic clearing player, you know, people are probably dead by now. And you really got to focus to finish the fight. That's the thing. It's going to start feeling very claustrophobic because there's less people to deal with mechanics. Now you see on this obelisk, I screwed up the last one, so I'm overly cautious. See how I kind of peek out, take a look where the line's going to go, and I'm trying to line myself up not to be in front of the boss to take Fell Claws, but also just miss it. There it went off, and I didn't get hit. And that's kind of what we need to do. Alright, so at this point, lots of people are dying. All of our healers are down, there's very few DPS up, and all of a sudden, the Flame Orb appears. And I think when we were doing this kill, all of us DPS were kind of like, well, whoever gets it gets to deal with it. And it lands and it chooses me, even though I'm that far. So, save a Fell Rush, move it back, drop it like it's hot. Unfortunately, our Frost DK got clipped right there. I think it was a Frost DK. I get hit by another Obelisk because I'm flustered. Get back in here. It's me, a Warlock, and one tank, and we're trying everything we got to finish the fight. And Kil'Jaeden goes down. I hope that kind of helps out. You know, watch it again. It's a fast-paced video. That was with 1.06 million sustained DPS while we were doing all that, even with the mistakes. Wish you all the best. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.